Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Galactic Earth Fusion Mission Upgrade, the show that discusses the normal, the paranormal, the natural, the supernatural, the organic to know the inorganic, the weird, the wonderful, all things outrageous, strange, upbeat, and cutting edge, broadcasting to you live from the land of Psionic Kitty. I'm Missy Hill, and tonight I have with me Christy Campbell, 33, CC33, and Tiffany, Seraphine, Rumping. And we are going to get into all things to do with the Ant People. And I was focused on my Indian medicine cards, my medicine cards today. And I connected with the ants. So anyway, Christy is a multidimensional healer. Now she's also a musician. She's an experienced SSP. And Tiffany is also a beautiful soul SSP. Both are very beautiful ladies and beautiful souls. And Tiffany has even a boots on the ground in the military experience. So with that, we're going to just go ahead and get started. But I want to share what the little ant people told me today when I was taking my walk. I was on the phone with you and Julie and different things about all this technical stuff. And they were talking to me about resilience. And I was like, because I feel bad having to move you guys out of the way, because if they're going to be bad and get in places they shouldn't and bite people, I'll put coffee grinds on their ant hills because it's non-toxic as a way to get them to move out of the way. Say, I don't want to hurt you, but you have to move because you're in an area that's you can bite somebody, sting, your stuff's gonna get run over. And I'm just like, why do you keep building in the middle? There's trails and they're like, well, this is what we do. We build and we just keep going for it. It doesn't bother us if you move our anthill because we're just going to keep rebuilding because we're resilient. And that's the medicine you can learn for us. If you build it, they will come. That's what they're telling me. If you build it, they will come. And I know Joshua Shapiro was sharing a similar message about building it and they will come. And in the medicine cards, it means patience. It's like having the patience that eventually all this hard work that we're doing is going to pay off. Because I was thinking, there's no way I can keep up that pace and all the stuff that Rob does all the time. It's hard work. So
yeah,
you got to appreciate all the hard work that goes into getting all this information out. So that was what the little ants on the ground said to me today.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So who wants to go first and share their experience of just what's going on before we get into it? Well, you know what, Tiffany, I want to bring something up that you shared the other day on Facebook because this was a great post. Somebody asked, because this is one of the most important traits and things that we need to have. And I'm going to turn this phone off because I'm done. I'm not going to monitor the chat. If anybody is chatting, we'll answer it here and we'll put I do know how to put the comments up onto the board, so we'll do that. But somebody asked you, Tiffany, before this ball, which you looked absolutely beautiful going to that ball. So we want to hear about that too. And I know it was Apple's birthday, but somebody asked you, what's the psychic power that's most important? And you said discernment. And I got, yeah, that's spot on, because if you don't have discernment, you can't actually trust any of your other gifts that are coming in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And I see that a lot of people lack it, like they lack common sense. And it's very annoying because I just want to shake them and open their eyes. But everybody has their own path, their own, journey to go on. So, what can you do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you have fun at the ball and everything?
Okay, so the ball in itself was very boring because it was 2.5 hours of PowerPoint presentation of the history of America's Army and it was a ball for mostly for generals. Like there were brigadier generals, there were like 1 to 4 stars there, and it was just a bunch of generals just stroking each other's egos for the most part. You didn't see regular Joes in there, regular enlisted anywhere, and it was weird, and I was like, this is so odd, there's so many formal uniforms. And I asked Brett, I was like, why are we here? And he said, because I'm important and I was told I have to be here. And I was like, okay. So the ball in itself was boring, but because I was there with my husband, it was so much fun. Like we were having fun, just cracking our own personal jokes, like during these presentations. And if it wasn't for him, I think I would have gouged an eye out. You know, it was so boring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what was cool too, and you guys looked beautiful, so it looked like you were really having, like if you went on a cruise or you went to some magnificent thing. Just tell people, this audience, a little bit about that. The fact that you really were in the Army, so you really have a boots on the ground, not just an SSP background, but actually in the physicalization on this earth, right here, right now.
Yeah, I was in the Army for a total of, I keep saying 9 years, but it's actually 10 years. I did my first half in the Army Reserves, and that was San Diego, and that was with the 6252 Army Hospital, and it was the greatest unit I had ever been in. We were all family oriented, everybody hung out off duty, and everybody had interesting real life jobs. Some of the vet techs in the Army actually worked at the Navy Research Lab 24/7, and some were police officers, some were like different things, and it's really cool. And I really loved it there. We were mobilized all the time. We're always in the field supporting other units that were deploying, and that was really fun because you meet different people, you get to experience things. They send you out to the middle of deserts. I remember there was this it was at Camp Hunter Liggett, North California, like by San Jose, and there was a mound, right? And apparently one of the generals decided that he would land his helicopter there, but people were telling like us, like our group, like that's an Indian burial ground. And I was like, no, like I was completely freaked out, and I was like offering my respects and my apologies for other people's ignorance, and because I have always been connected to the land. I give thanks to the forest, the ocean. I greet them before I enter them, and I was like, oh no. So like you get to experience so much. And then I did my other half in Germany. Surprisingly, I did about 4.5, almost 5 years there too.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was a good experience. You get to travel a lot. You get to, I don't know, everything's like pretty close. But yeah, I was in the Army, and I had a good time serving my country honorably. So that was cool.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
that's great.
Cool.
I want to just take this commercial break to show my shirt, because this is the end of this shirt and Disclosure Day talk until Rob does his panel, because it's been all about this shirt for days.
Let me see what you got. Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And I love how on his forehead.
So this needs a washing after tonight, but I figured had to wear it again because I did the show, and we're not going to get into the movie tonight because we have too many other things to cover unless we get to cover it at the end. But I do want to show my dirt as we get into this, because I'm also picking up things with Uluru. Has been a topic of discussion as I've connected with Chloe Ariel in Australia, as well as other people I know in Australia, and Joshua Shapiro, who went to Australia. So this is my dirt from there. And my rock from the Valley of Fire. This is actually out in the Vegas area, but it's similar to Sedona rocks. Yeah. And my rock that looks like what would be in Meteor Crater in Winslow, Arizona, which isn't too far. Look at this, and you can see how heavy this rock is.
It's a prophecy stone, right?
Oh yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, I have one of
very
those.
powerful. It's not
Yeah.
Meteor.
It's a meteorite, but it's not moldavite and it's not tektite. It's something else. Something
like
other
iron.
than,
Does it have iron? Did you like test it for iron? I know they do that too.
I
Like
didn't, but it feels like it has it in there.
Like a magnet. You can just get a magnet and see if it's magnetic to it.
Well, I'm just a hot mess.
We have some comments here in the chat. We got one from Michael Koff. I've had up there. Inner Earth Ant People have been helping us for centuries.
That's nice. Yeah, that's about
Eric
the same,
is
huh?
here.
Yeah, and it's not translucent like tektites.
Oh yeah.
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 So yeah, we have Eric and Michael and Jay in the chat. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. So let's get into it, Christy. Go ahead and give a little bit about yourself, and then let's get into the Ant People. Set the stage for the Ant People. It's been a big topic of discussion. Everybody's talking about it since that Rise of the Guardians conference, and I think gearing up to the summer solstice. I think it's something about the fact that it's so hot and people are seeing and feeling ants and the rain and all kinds of things.
Okay. Well, I've had several experiences with the ant people because I've been an ant person in numerous times, and then I've also been one of the humans that the ants come to take underground to when the earth was going through a cataclysm. So I think I choose that form a lot, the ant or the mantis or insectoid. I kind of gravitate toward that form a lot. Yeah, maybe it's because they're more, well, they're all kind of teachers and stuff, but maybe because they seem kind of more spiritual and calm in a way, but psionic and warrior as well. So that's what they kind of feel like. So on one of the times, this was like a dream I had in 2023. The dream was I was on Mars as an ant person, and the whole colonies were being bombed. It was just like bombs coming through the dirt and everything up top, and it was all over the place though. So it was like a main area that we were told to go to. It's like if there was like evacuation plan or so to meet here in this open area. And so how I see it is like the red ants, and they're really tall. They're like the 7 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot tall. And I was a male in this dream as an ant, and we were red. I remember seeing James Rink as an ant and Tyler Koala too. I recognized their energy signature there. But there was a whole bunch of ants, and they wouldn't coming up to the panel. It was like a panel thing that we were supposed to meet on, like a stage almost, but it's gonna be like a jump gate out of there. It's gonna be evacuation, and anytime there's some kind of a danger. So they wasn't coming, so we left there, and then we went to Earth. We were inner Earth, and so we had to figure out kind of where we were then too, because I don't think that anything was really nothing was really laid out. So what that would look like, I kind of don't know exactly what the journey looks like from Mars through a jump gate to inner Earth. But I remember just seeing like a cutout, like a cavern cutout, and it's like more greenery in the inner Earth, kind of more like emeralds, kind of like that. So it was like a cavern. I guess it was something that was set up in case of an emergency. So that was the dream. And I kind of finished it too. Like later on, I looked back at it and was seeing, well, what else did they do? Asking myself, how did they get to the surface or expand the colony? And so they would use their psionic ability to carve out the tunnels and the caverns, and they look like the honeycomb caverns, the hallways and stuff there, just like an ant tunnel does, and then there's a main area like that. So we know to go to the surface, like where this, because it's going to be like an air pocket or so there too. So we go dig a hole up toward the top, and then just kind of start exploring and then I was still this is kind of like in my mind journey and of what we would have done or what we did, and just kind of searching for people or whatever up at the top, what was going on. So eventually we found people that looked like Neanderthal, like the cavemen, and later we would talk with them, and I think we would make friends with them, not at first, but just over time or so. But eventually they would come down to the cavern area, and we were getting their genetics so we could start making hybrids and expand the colony more, because we needed to do that, because there wasn't any. There was just us three, so we needed to start creating more of the species, and we had all the equipment down there already. How we got it and created it, um, maybe it just is some sort of way we could portal out to some other place and bring it back or something. That's how I would think, where we could go to other places and other realms and bring it back here. So maybe we expanded in that way too. We probably went to other places and brought back other ant people, maybe females or however, with mating and stuff like that too, or something. So yeah, it kind of expands every time I look at it.
So
I
when
can
you
expand on
talk
it.
about hybridization, what are they hybridized with?
With the ant DNA and then the human DNA. Yeah. So it would be more ant-like than anything, but we wanted to, because we had an idea that there was going to be some sort of cataclysm, like a feeling or so that there would be something like that on the surface coming, or one day maybe possibly, or maybe it was like some kind of a stress or signal, from Mars. So we figured that we better store some of these people that are hybrids, that are all kinds of different. It's like sleeves of them, though. They don't have like no consciousness or any kind of nothing alive inside of it until it's activated. So it's just like in a container of sleeves of different looking
Like
human and ant,
or
and
like in one of those tanks or something, you mean?
I think it was just more like a airtight container kind of thing, something like that, where it would be safe just to stay in a storage room until. So we would make a whole bunch of these, because I do think we was kind of nervous a little bit that another cataclysm would come, or there would be a bombing or something was going to happen maybe later again. So we would have a lot of different storage places too.
Yeah, Eric has a question here. For the first time ever, I am seeing miniaturized little brown sugar ants. These sugar ants are whatever size they are. And then there's a question. Let me see. He says he has a question above, but I got to find the question here.
Yeah, and Jay said the original hybrid program was for DNA wisdom soul family creation. Does Jay remember being an ant too?
Well, I'm going to ask in the meantime while I'm looking for this question. Do you think they?
Oh, Eric said
hybridize with it, possibly with things like the mantids or any of the other races like that? What do you get about that? Why am I not finding it?
There wasn't any mantis around. Not then. Not with that.
Do me a favor, Eric. Type your question in here again, because I'm not able to find it. I'm new at this chat thing, and I'm afraid to push buttons. So I'm going to go this way and see if it's down further. Let's see, because I saw some other good comments.
He just said, could you ask Spirit what was happening with the local ant population?
Original hybrid.
Well, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean? Like the ants in the world? Like the insects here? We're talking about like ant people,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Here.
Yeah, different from ants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, So this is kind of, I can expand on it more, you know, with that. But then but yeah, I've seen James in that. So I've seen him in several of the things too, you know, with that. But and then there was another time where I remember where I wrote a book on this one where this girl here, if you can see how this looks on the, so I made a book of me, and then I met with my ant people. So I've been both, you know, I've been an ant person and meeting and a human, and she has ant DNA, so they can find her because she has ant DNA. You know, so her star family, so they talk to her in her dreams and stuff, and she has abilities, and it's through her. Um, she's a Native American, and she lives in the Southwest, the Arizona area, and it's in her grandmother's DNA as well. You know, the ant people. So it's you know, that generation with her aunt. It comes.
These are
I
part
mean,
of
with
the
her grandmother.
these are part of the Navajo nation's mythology and
Yeah.
spiritual
Zuni,
teaching, wisdom.
yeah, the Hopi, yeah, that's all
Hopi.
right there. So when I first had my awakening in 2013, then I, not long after, like probably 2015 or so, I started kind of getting more into my healing stuff because it's like shadow work a lot at first, you know, through it. And so then I started looking at the petroglyphs there in the south, in the four corners, and really drawn to the petroglyphs. And they, you know, show the ant people and stuff. And so I was kind of, that activated my drawing the ant people and the mantis and kind of insectoids, and looking at the star ancestors, and remembering that I've been like a medicine person there too. So I was seeing kind of that with them coming and speaking with the Native Americans that were there, that because I would see like they would meet up on a higher ground area, you know, in a secluded area, and then it would be like, it would be like shimmery things coming down or appearing or something like that.
Do
So I
you
didn't.
feel like those kivas are from the ant people? That's what I get. Like they're like
Yeah.
the inner earth,
Uh-huh.
Agartha, and all that's connected to the ant people.
Yeah, and I think it's some kind of well, it's like the ceremony that they go in, that the natives go into, like they're called the Anasazi, or the
Yep.
Pueblo people, and then so those are where they lived, and they are cut out like the ant hills, and like, you know, or in the inner earth area, and then it's like how they look too. So it all kind of looks like that. So so yeah, with those kivas, I think it does look like an anthill there with uh, I guess it's where they go to, I think even teleport too. It's like, seems like they go in there and then they can bilocate in there. So
That
it
makes
seems.
sense. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
about people going missing there too.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes me, when you say people going missing, I start thinking
Teleporting.
of what's that show called? The Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's, yeah. The Skinwalkers is like the dispute between the Navajo and the Ute Native American tribes, you know. And so the Skinwalker is a dark, or a witch, you know, of of Navajo. Um, you know, so that's so I don't know if it's going to be the same that they're seeing there at the ranch, because I think it is. They have a lot of different kind of cryptids and werewolf, but I think the skinwalker can be any form, and it can talk like a human and lure you out there, you know. So, and even the Navajo people, they don't, they don't say their name, that name, because they feel it will attract the skinwalker and to them, and it brings horrible luck to the people. Yeah, so they're very superstitious with that. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what do you feel about the contracts between, say, the like underground military base contracts with the ant people? Like there's something
Oh.
going on with the ant people and these bases.
Yeah, I heard with that, like I was trying to see what they were doing too, because I know that JP talks about going to meetings, some of them inner Earth in different places, but I haven't heard exactly what. I guess they're just teaching him stuff, or I know you have to have their DNA if they're even gonna be able to get down in there, you know. So he must have their DNA too. So, but I haven't heard what they're doing with the military because they're not really. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see that part for me. It's not anything that I am
You're
in my
not involved.
awareness.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. It might be something different.
So what did you feel when you went to Sedona? What kind of activation did you feel as far as like this, it bringing this up for you again when you went on those lands there?
A lot of the monuments and stuff are built like ant hills there, and then the red dirt, the heat feels like it, and it just feels like the vibration of it too. I
Right.
feel it anyway, you know. So, um, it just feels like it's a lot of ant hills around. That's all it feels like, a lot of ant hills, or some of them look like termite hills, you know. So maybe there's some termite beings as well that instead of ant people, there's termite people, you know. So
Right.
something like that too. I'm
Because
sure
there's
there is.
a lot of these type of things, and I know it's not known necessarily for Navajo, where Navajo's more the Four Corners area, you know,
Yeah.
which is like the northern part of Arizona, like Flagstaff and north connecting into New Mexico, and it would be like southern, you know, Colorado and southern
Utah.
Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you see all the monuments and the petroglyphs and stuff, all that. So and all of because that is also on the 33rd parallel.
Right.
Not the 33rd, the 37th parallel. A
Right.
33rd or the 37th? I think it's the
That's
37th
probably
parallel.
the
Yeah,
37th up
37th
there.
parallel.
And that's
Yeah.
what northwestern North Carolina is, because that's I-40 going through there.
Yeah,
Interstate 40.
yeah, the 37th parallel is extraterrestrial highway, you know. So and I
Yeah.
think it goes right on the Area 51, and also uh um the other place too. There's more Dulce. I think so.
Dulce, yeah, yeah, it goes,
Mhm.
yeah, and Area 51, that whole thing is near Rachel, Nevada, the little alien inn, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I think that it doesn't there might be some genetic wise that's created with the ant people that went into the military wise, but i I don't know. I can't really speak on that part of it because I don't see, like, it doesn't go through. I don't there's a like a stop for me, you know, like I can't go on with, like, there's no match to keep talking about with that. But I feel like they went and they were, some of their genetics was taken or something like that with the ant people, but I'm not sure 100% with that. So it just feels like, because it all goes underground there, you know, with all the 37th parallel there. So, and then the connecting the bases, and it's all throughout New Mexico. The whole underground is like the Area 51 and Dulce right there. So, yeah, it's
What do the
probably
ant people actually say about the little ants here, in your opinion? You know, like, I got my message today, you know, about this resilience and build it, they will come. You know, this whole thing about what ants are about as far as being able to, you know, kind of work together in sort of like a hive mind type of creation where they work together.
yeah, it just feels kind of like a connection to them, but like a way in the future or something like that, or where they had to, maybe they're like little sensors or something like that, or
Like those antennas, you know, when I put in
yeah,
the picture of us, those antennas, that's like, that's like a sense, you know, a
yeah, the
psionic
sensors,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that, but it feels connected. They feel connected in that way, but you know, I guess it's with the insects here, even butterflies and all that. There's a reason for them being here, and then there's butterfly
Exactly
beings.
right. I get they're trying to show us something with water right now. There's something like when I had Chloe on, she channeled my crystal skull. She was saying, the waters need a lot of work, like to protect the water because of what could possibly happen with these storms and these droughts and these like hurricanes and flash flooding and all these kind of weird things.
Oh, there's Rob. Rob is in the chat.
Oh, hey,
Rob! Yay!
Rob!
And then
Hey,
Michael
Rob.
says that the inner Earth ant beings are connected, but feel closer to humans than the little tiny ant here. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe they're just little recorders of Earth or something like that. Like a cat would be to the here, and then the felines. The feline people and stuff. So something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I wrote another book too with the Guardians Ant People, so I wrote 2 different books on the ant people. They're on Amazon.
Cool.
And just having experiences with this one is where the Navajo family had contact with the ant people, and they would have ceremony, and then the ant people would come up to their ceremony and give them all kinds of information and messages and stuff where they could, and even infusions of their frequency, so they could be more telepathic with them. So that's what I'm seeing. So they're passed down through the stories of the ant people. And then I also hear on some of them that the Anasazi, I thought that, because I've heard several different stories of the Anasazi, but I thought they were the Pueblo people, or the ancient ones, so there's different things, but they said the Anasazi was not good. They don't talk good about the Anasazi, so I'm not sure.
Huh.
I just thought they were the
That's
ancient
interesting.
ones.
So,
yeah.
You're saying they don't get along with certain people, or they just feel like they have their own interest, or
how the Dene view the Anasazi is like they were cannibals and stuff. So I'm not sure. They don't have a good reputation. So I'm not sure. They would say the people who lived in the on the monuments there in the like Chaco Canyon or however, they were the Pueblo people. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know Ashiana Dean, when I read her stuff years ago, she talks about the Anuhazi people, and that the Anastasi, or whatever you say the other one, is like a distortion of that original race. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the same, but the Anasazi, and it's Anu, and I think that means
they
ant.
came later. Yeah, Anu, like the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I think that means ant.
Anunnaki
right?
means ant friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think so, right? Is that or Anu's? Yeah.
So
I believe so.
Anunnaki means ant friend.
Anu means
Really?
ant.
I'll send you a link to one of the ant people videos I watched. But yeah.
Anasazi went galactic and to inner Earth with inner Earth ant help. Yeah, that's what I felt too. I felt that they was the people there, like the Pueblo people and the Anasazi. Maybe there was a different generation or so. I think the Anasazi was later, and then the Pueblo earlier, like newer, but the Anasazi went inner Earth with the ant people. Is what I thought too. Yep.
Okay.
Because I seen that there was like a cataclysm or something happened, and again where they had to go and get the people on the Earth. This was a later time, and the ant people helped them go inner Earth, and they rescued a lot of the people. Yeah.
Yeah, so, they did. And did you guys know that the ant people helped the Hopi because the Hopi, they extended from northern Mexico all the way up to like the Four Corners, right? and the ant people helped the Hopi come down into like Mexico and fight against the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
No,
it's
I
a
didn't know
cool
that.
fact.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
It's
Oh,
really
and
cool.
that made me think of the Egyptian ant, the hieroglyphs in Egypt. They have
Yeah,
the ant people on the hieroglyphs
they
too.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're not just in the four corners. I mean, they're everywhere.
they're
Yeah.
worldwide. Yeah.
So it's like they're not just in that area. So they're, but there's stories of them in that area, but there's stories of them all over the place.
And then you
Yeah.
think about that one place in Turkey. You guys have heard about it,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Göbekli Tepe.
And no, it's not
No.
Göbekli Tepe. It's some other
Yeah.
name, but it's like
Yeah.
an ant hill.
Yep.
It's like an ant community. It's got
Mhm.
tunnels and like over 14,000
Oh,
like
I
air
remember
vents
that now.
and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
really
it
cool.
looks just like that. And
Mhm.
that's how I thought of it first. I was like, that's what it looks like in the cutout cavern and everything.
Yeah.
And so how do you think that they dug the tunnels with their psionics? Is that what you think too? Is what you see
I
with
I
them?
think so. That's how I see it. What about you, Missy? Because that's how I see it. Psionically done.
Yeah, I think they have these powers that we don't. It's like even with the pyramids, that they can use sound and they can use frequency and they can
Mhm.
do it with their bodies somehow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just like the ants here, they build the tunnels, and stuff,
Yeah.
then colonies. So but they might dig them out here with their hands, because it's like digging, because they do more hard work here for the queen. But I don't know if they have a queen at the ant people. I don't know. I didn't ever see a queen. Maybe
It probably
maybe
is like a matriarchal society, don't you think?
I don't know. I didn't see any female that, when we were escaping Mars there. So, but I know that there's different types of ants, of course. And then, so like with the New Mexico, the Four Corners, then that Chaco Canyon, the ant people were there too. It's like the
That's the
ant people
red
there.
people, right? You said that's the red ants? The red ant people?
Yeah, it's probably red or probably some black ants too. Different ones, I bet, But I think that there's like as above, so below with them. There's like their the monuments there connect to Orion's belt, So that's
Mhm.
like a Stargate right there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
It aligns with Orion's belt, just like the three pyramids in Giza
Yep, and
in
Mexico and all
Mexico.
that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, in Mexico. Yeah, so they must maybe that's where they came in from too, but a lot of them, different species and stuff traveled through there. Because
Mhm.
there's also reptilians in the Four Corners because of all the Gila monster, the lizards and stuff like that too.
Right.
So there's also reptilians. So yeah, but we're just talking about the ant people. So yeah, so I don't know anything else really with them. I just kind of go with what I see, and that's kind of they just work really hard all the time to like as
That
a
that's
colony and
what I
a
was
team.
that's what I was getting. It's all about the colony and the team. That's what
Yeah.
it is. And I don't see a lot of ego with them. When I was tuning
Mm-hmm.
into them, I was not seeing like this distorted ego. And I never really looked at that before, but that's kind of what I was getting. And if
Yeah.
they're the queen has their interests at heart, I mean, I'm not saying there's not mind control or different things because there always is something like this, but compared to like other races, I was getting less. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you pick up about the
What's
ants?
Jay think of is there an ant queen? An ant queen? Has he ever seen an ant queen, or Michael seen an ant queen?
What great
Uh,
question. I wonder if
I'm
Rob's ever heard anything about that too, with all of his thousands of podcasts.
I mean, I'm sure that like on Mars there seem to be some because there's kids and everything there, so
Mhm.
there's that, but I'm not sure how that is because I don't remember seeing like how the king and queen like that kind of thing. 'Cause we were like warriors then, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, what
Mm,
about their suit? It's like an armor.
yeah, it's like built in on them already, you know? It's like
exoskeleton armor.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's different kinds of stuff though, because these have different dress, you know. It's kind of like like where they would almost look like the people, you know, but just have a different face. So
And
I don't
depends on
know.
their class. I'm picking up there still is a class system with them. What do you get about that?
Yeah, I
They
can
have
feel that. Yeah, and these might be more of a hybrid ant.
Those are that are closer to the queen or higher up, you know. So the queen, their job, I guess the queen gives the order, but it's also to protect the queen. Probably like the bees. I mean, do you think it's similar to bee colonies or anything? What do you get about the bee people?
I don't know. I haven't ever seen the bee people, so I'm not sure how they operate. Where would they live at? Where would they? I'm trying to like find it because it seemed like they would be more in a forest or greenery or something
I
like
don't
that.
know. I know that Egyptians had a strong connection to the bees.
Yeah, I think that was like I mean, it's some frequency too. The frequency, because it's like 0 point or something like that. Isn't that right? I think Jay might know something with that. I feel like he knows something with that. Yeah, we should have brought Jay on too.
A candle for
I was thinking too, we should have brought Sean Bond because he made connection with the Ant People in Sedona.
Oh, he did.
So did he make a connection with the Ant People in Sedona?
Huh?
Did he make a connection with the Ant People in Sedona?
I didn't hear him say that. I don't. But I mean, I'm sure he did, because it's there, you know, like that. Because everybody would have, because it's all around us, you know. Yeah.
Do you feel like you could channel the Ant People or anything right now, or?
No, I don't channel.
Well, that's not the right word, but you know, any message or because I'm getting something strong about water and why this is resurfacing around the solstice, because it's something about us going into hurricane season.
Oh.
Because what happens inside all the times, ants come inside the house when there's a lot of rain, when they either need water to drink because they're thirsty, or if there's too much water, they come in.
Oh yeah.
Well, I channeled, but I didn't open myself for it today.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Jay Skyrunner says no queens, just mother father figures.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
But what?
Mother father figures. That's what I was seeing
Okay,
too.
so maybe it's more balanced and not matriarchal either, which I think
yeah, I don't feel that.
balance is better than matriarchy. I don't, you know,
Yeah,
I prefer balance between masculine and feminine.
I didn't see that. It felt family like, because it was all kind of, everybody's kind of, the mothers was getting their kids, and it's like chaos and stuff going on.
Yes, exactly.
When the place was being bombed. Yeah, I think it's happened several times. I even asked Ivan Teller to confirm that, you know, and he said that it was like a nuclear attack, and it's happened many times on Mars. Yeah, to the Ant People. Yeah, so and I don't, how it would look, I think it's just spread out throughout the whole Mars colony, you know.
I'm getting Maldek too, something to do with Maldek. I just heard Maldek. I don't know. I don't know if there's a connection between Maldek and Mars. I'd have to look that up.
With Orion, though, it feels like they're more alien-like ants. You know, they wouldn't be. It seems like they might have more of a home or kingdom or something like not an inner. Seems like they have like a above ground home or something like that, like a castle or something. I'm seeing it's like a little bit different.
And they look less humanoid. They look more like they have that face with the bug eyes and all that.
Yeah, they're alien, more alien-like. So I think there's different types of ants that visited in the New Mexico at the Chaco Canyon place, and those sites there. I think there's several different ant types, because you know they draw it on the rock art and stuff. Different types
they do
of
on
ants.
The petroglyphs. I would love to go see that Chaco Canyon. That would be cool, because that's somewhere to go in the United States that actually looks like you're going out of the country. The type of artifacts that it has.
Those places are cool. I'm just scared to go and get lost in a portal or lose like my child in a portal. That's my honest to God fear. Like I don't want to turn around while Axel's peeing somewhere and then lose, Yeah.
Right, like in the movie Outlander or something. I was talking about Outlander, how they touch the rocks and they go into another time dimension.
Yeah, because they have the the little T-shaped window, like they would walk through. Like it looks like multiple things. I guess that's like a
right.
So I guess that is something like that. But it maybe they traveled through there too, or and then in that Kiva too. This seems like they bilocate in the Kiva, or maybe meet with the maybe an ant person down there or something. I'm not sure exactly with that. It doesn't.
Have you ever heard the music of Michael Stearns? I think it's Michael Stearns mixed with is it Steve Roach and some of those other people? I'm trying to remember who. Robert Rich, I think, and it's an album called Kiva. Just listening to it, it'll take you into an altered space. It's unbelievable. It's like wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listening to that, I used to listen to that with the Indian flute music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going there in September to the Chaco Canyon tour, so I'll be able to feel that. And then also
who are
Shiprock.
You going there with?
With the Journey to Truth tour in there. Yeah. So we're going. Me and Patty are going September the 24th to the 30th. And so the tour is to Shiprock and Chaco Canyon and I think Mesa Verde or something else too. So there's
like just that? It's not a speaking conference thing?
No, just outside. Yeah, seeing the sights. Yeah. That's my kind of conference. It's not a conference. It's just a tour, Chaco Canyon tour. So yeah, I like that where you can go out, be outside and see history and all of that too. So that'd be good.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. The Shiprock place is in Farmington, New Mexico there. And it's an old volcano, the rest of the remainders of a volcano that was there too. And it is a interdimensional portal, that place is.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
Like the old stone Stargate that's in Peru too. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'd be nice to see all that because it's when I first had my awakening, then that's what I wanted to go do is go to Shiprock, and but I'm like it's 11-hour drive. I can't just drive there, so
I haven't been there. That's a place I have not been. I mean, we've been to certain places in New Mexico, but I can't remember where that is. I mean, like we didn't go to Taos or to what's the one that's popular? The main
Albuquerque,
place.
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Yeah, we went to Albuquerque a bunch of times.
It's up in the corner by Farmington is where the Shiprock is.
Well, one place we loved in New Mexico was called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Yeah.
They had a place called the Firewater Bed and Breakfast where they would pipe the hot springs water right in to the hotel, which was amazing. This amazing water. It's like, oh, my body could use some of that water right now.
Yeah, really healing. Good. Yeah, that seems like that came from the inner earth area or something, that hot springs.
You're area. Not far from Hot Springs, Arkansas, too.
Right. It's like 2-hour drive away from me. Yeah. So
that's close.
Yeah. The Arclantis is like a triangle portal thing too. That's what not Michael Tillinger, but there's people who were studying that. I can't forget his name now. But anyway. They did like there's like 3 points and then it's like a vortex right there. But there's a whole bunch of crystal mines right there in that triangle, and it's there's nowhere else that makes those crystals except for, but I think it's Brazil has that place too. So if you look,
these are my crystals from a dig and around the hot springs there. I mean, it was
okay.
Springs,
so
but
cool.
in that area, I can't remember.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah.
cave and crystals all in
Yeah.
that whole area.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Yeah.
you find all those quartz and the mine though. I've gone several times, and you just pull your car up on the mine site, and it's a quarry, and then you just bring your buckets and gloves and shovel, whatever you want to bring, to dig, and you can dig all day for $25 and get
Yeah.
all the crystals you want.
You know what I want to always
It sounds
say
like
is
fun.
I love your jewelry, your rings, these
Oh, thank you.
beautiful. Show us those. Where have those come from?
I just get different ones online and everything too. I like the turquoise,
Yeah,
so,
that's real turquoise.
and copper.
That real Navajo. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
that's what I get, and then I like the little necklace here too. I have because it's for protection.
Right,
The
because a
turquoise is
lot of times
protection.
when you order turquoise, now it's not real turquoise. It might be chrysocolla or some other stone, but it's hard to actually find real turquoise. I mean, it only comes
Yeah,
from
you have to.
certain places like out there, maybe in Nevada, in the not Las Vegas, but out in Nevada somewhere, and places like that, whether it's Utah or Arizona, but it's not that prevalent like people think to find turquoise.
Yeah, and I have the necklace here too that Tone made it from the conference there. Then it's the turquoise and I think it's pyrite and then obsidian. So it's real heavy and it's real grounding. Yeah.
So Tiffany, I love your shirt too. It's like a green.
Oh, thank you.
It's gorgeous. I love
It's
it.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
It reminds me of like Pebbles and Bam Bam or something.
Oh yeah, because it's like a cave.
It's like animal print. I love animal print. So Tiffany, you're in San Antonio. Right? So I pick up that there's probably like ant people things under the ground there too.
I think so too. There's a couple hiking spots for sure.
Yeah.
In San Antonio. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
And have you been to the Alamo?
Yes, I have many
times. About the Alamo. I know it's a different subject, but how far is that from you? Because I'm picking up something to do with that, because that's Spaniards and that whole things, like
the missions and everything that down here. Yeah. So the Alamo is about 20 minutes away from my house. Yeah.
Oh, really? The mission's 20 minutes away. Wow.
Yeah, it's so cool. And there's like 3 or 4 smaller missions. But the first time I went to the Alamo, I had an immediate past life memory where I was manning the cannon on one of the sides of the perimeter. And every time I go, ever since then, I get more flashbacks. And last time I went, which was in the it was last spring, right? Or summer. I couldn't stop crying because I realized that I was part of the Tennessee Volunteers, and there was a plaque. And then I just started getting rushes of like people's faces, like my comrades' faces, like that we all went together. And we went there knowing we weren't going to make it because we were pretty much like outnumbered, but we still gave it all we had. But yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Everybody should come visit.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. I remember it was powerful when we went. I mean, I can't remember the story now of it, but I just felt it from you. It's like all of a sudden I got to ask about the Alamo and about those missions. I remember there was some movie that had something to do with those missions with the guy that was in The Mummy. I can't think of. Brandon Fraser was in some movie to do with missions about some woman he was in love with, I think. I can't remember the name of it. It's been so long ago. And when we did the time that we were there, it was actually around Mardi Gras, and they all celebrate Mardi Gras. And there's like some river that goes through the town of San Antonio that's really like cool. That has like a gondola type of situation.
It says it's a Texas triangle too, part of the Dallas-Fort Worth and Greater Houston, San Antonio, Austin, the Texas Triangle. So it's
Right, yeah.
like
Yeah.
We have wolfmen in the Texas Triangle. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Renetta wanted to do that Texas tour because of all those rocks and all that stuff that had, you know, the energy of those beings that like are in stasis in the rocks, you know, and you
Mm-hmm.
can see them and they're like the Anunnaki, like on a computer, like it could be Enki or something sitting there on his computer and looking like that
Yes.
in stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That blows my mind. Yes.
And seeing the guardians of different, you know, creatures, like whether it's a hawk or, you know, some kind of cat. I remember rock climbing somewhere out in Arizona that the rock itself actually looked like Tony the Tiger. That's what its face looked like.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or the
Wow.
Texas Dogman Triangle. That's,
Uh,
I guess that it must be the portal there, that triangle, you know,
mhm.
that's because it's also well, it's in this area too, because I'm in southeast Oklahoma, you know, but the Bigfoot's in here in this area too, like the Broken Bow area and stuff like that too. But the triangle is in Massachusetts too, the Bridgewater Triangle, you know, so I guess they travel through those places right
There's a
there.
lot of
That makes
triangles in a lot of
sense.
places. I mean,
Oh,
I loved
okay.
San Antonio, but I can't say I was too crazy about like Dallas, Fort Worth, or Houston much at all. You know, that was kind of like didn't
Yeah.
care, did not prefer those type
I'm
of
not a fan of
cities
Houston either.
or crowds and things and
Yes.
airports, stuff like that. You
Oh,
know,
Michael lives in Texas, huh? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in
Where
the
did he
Dallas.
live?
Like
Oh, he lives
Dallas?
in. Mm-hmm. He
Where
Yeah.
said
does he live?
black helicopters have bases in Stephenville. Uh, wonder if he's in
Are you
Stephenville.
guys seeing the chat and I'm not seeing it for whatever reason? I'm not seeing any new anything coming in.
I'm only
Yeah.
seeing it 'cause I have a split screen for
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
StreamYard and YouTube.
Yeah.
I turned my phone off only because I was getting too many dinging, pinging things, and I
Yes.
didn't get around to muting all my settings. I said, you know, I'm just gonna turn it off and try to monitor it here, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What about
So
the
do.
cat people? Let's get into the cat people a little bit because I said we were gonna do that too.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The
Tell
Lyrians?
us.
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, Tiffany. The Lyrans, yes. The Lyrans.
I don't know. I'm a huge fan of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
um they're powerful. They're amazing. What they went through during the Orion Wars was really messed up, and um I just feel a kinship with to them, you know. I don't know if in a past life if I was okay, during the Lyrian Orion Wars, I don't know what I was, but I know that I helped the Lyrians against the Dracos
Mm-hmm.
with tech and weapons, and that's gotten me some targeting by the Draco. But I don't know. I think I may have been Pleiadian, but I'm not sure. But I don't know. I think that Thundercats, the animation, tells a lot of truth also into the
Mm-hmm.
Lyrian Wars. So
Yeah, Jay knows a whole bunch of stuff about the Lyrans too, so he can. He should have been on here. You should have him on your show too,
yeah,
Missy, because he can channel and he knows a whole bunch about the Orion Wars and Lyran and all of the star people and stuff too.
yep,
So yeah,
That would be cool.
with the Lyran, he was the rebel group on. He was with the rebel group on Lyra. Yeah, that resonates with the.
yeah.
Well, I can
Oh.
tell you this. I remember years ago when I had this ovarian pain on my right side, and I was connecting it to, you know, because I was then actually in the energetic synthesis then, which was Lisa Renee's container. I got this whole thing that my right ovary was connected to fueling some war in Orion. It was actually in my physical body and in my multidimensional body somewhere else. And I'm like, you know, I don't consent to any of this. Nope, nope, nope. But my cat Freya actually appeared as a 12-foot tall Lyran in my room, like a tall white cat.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
I
I was
love
half asleep and half awake. I miss her so bad. And I also, when she showed up, so when I was living in Fletcher, I have this S curve that goes up and down the road to the house, and it's very steep. And there was these kittens in the road. There was two little kittens. One was like a calico, and the other one was like a molted, like kind of grayish but beige. And I was like praying for these kittens, like, please keep them safe. Let these kittens be safe. And I would do this every time I'd see them. And then this cat appeared in my yard when I was picking sunflower sprouts that the squirrels had planted, because I put the, we do the bird seed, and the squirrels actually do their magic by getting the bird seed out of the bird feeder. And sometimes if they don't eat it all, it gets planted. And she comes in the yard, and she looks very Russian blue. And I'm like, you are so gorgeous and so beautiful. But no, I already have two cats, Buffy and Soda. Buffy was like named after Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Soda and was like a orange cream circle. She was blonde and like a blondish with white, and then Soda was an orange tabby, real feisty, because orange cats, they got lots of personality. Soda really didn't like other cats at all. She wanted to be the only cat, center of attention. She wanted all of our attention, but in her older age she loved the cats. Well, anyway, Freya also greeted my husband, and I didn't know this, that she was befriending him too. Well, one day, somehow the doorbell, I don't know if it gets rung or whatever, but I opened the front door and she is at the door. She's right there. She's like with her two kittens. She brought her kittens on the front stoop to the door. And I was going to find homes for them, but I couldn't do it because I had to microchip them and all this. And I didn't want to microchip them because I didn't believe in microchipping. So the whole family stayed together that day. Freya, Stormy, and Curry. And that was after like doing these incantations like to Bastet. It's like I had this book called The Magical Cat. And it was all the stuff to do with cats, about on a very practical level and a very spiritual level. So I mean, I've also felt myself as Lyran, and I love music, and I can play music and things like that. But I connect to them even more so actually through physical cats. I can feel me.
Me too.
And I've had a dream. I've never had any biological children in this life, but I've had a dream of giving a birth to a feline human, like a cat, not a
Yeah, Jay says that song with the cradle of Lyra's, the cat's in the cradle, rockabye baby, the cradle will fall. The first Montauk chair was used on Lyra. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Now I'm thinking of that song, The Cat's in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, The Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon.
Oh my God, you guys. I just got full body chills. I get them on my scalp and everything as confirmation. Yeah. That's
and David Bowie had this whole cat people theme going on. There was this
he looks like a cat. He looks like a cat, like a tall, slender tiger or something, like a thundercat.
With gasoline.
And it makes sense because I have a huge connection to the Vega star system. Like that hits home. And I don't know.
I received something about Vega and Vegas, like this whole thing about Vegas, vegan, Vegas, and connecting to Vega, and actually the Luxor, even though it's a casino, that there's something important about the Luxor. As far as
with the lion, Luxor, the lion.
Yeah, with connection to the stars. And in Egypt, it's somewhere else, but this is like a modern day thing. And there's actually, I did this recently after we had our show, Christy, the other one, this channeling or this information was coming through when I was doing research in the middle of the night, when I was like tuning into Area 51. I happened upon finding that there's a temple of Bastet between two military bases in outside of Las Vegas somewhere, and I showed you guys that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
What I want to know is if they ever hybridized. I guess they would have hybridized the Lyran with the Ant People, because Lyran is one of the original human genome here too. because the Elohim, a lot of that is Lyran.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Yeah, they crossbred so much to make peace in the galaxy.
Right.
It
What do
makes
you
sense.
get about that, Christy, with the Lyran mixed with the Ant People?
I don't know. I'm sure since you're saying it is true, you know, since you picked it up and everything too.
I've
I'm
been
sure
kind
they
of
did.
meditating that all day because I know there was like the three major sound fields, the three major, you know, colors, the blue ray family of the
Yeah.
Emerald Order, the gold ray, seraphim, and the the whale, you know, the whale people of the magenta, but that Emerald Order is originally that Lyran Elohim.
Yeah.
Mostly,
Yeah.
we're all everything. We've all been so hybridized with everything.
Yeah. And Jay said that Tiffany was a cheetah, that she was a cheetah.
I could see that.
Yeah. Definitely so.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Does
Because
Jay have anything to say about the Ant People? Maybe he could not channel them, but, you know, say something. I don't like that word channel, but if he has a message from the Ant People, to go ahead and type it into the chat. I don't think my chat's renewing where I can even see anything coming up. Is Rob still in the chat?
I think
He
Rob.
probably was just saying hi, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's got to get ready for. Yeah. Oh, actually, he wouldn't be, because Sean's coming on. Yeah.
Jay
Oh, okay.
said that ant people are everywhere around the earth. They are down so far. They are allowed that space all over. They have trade deals with the Agarthians. Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I was picking up before. I was saying it has something to do with Agartha, inner Earth gates, definitely.
And Michael was a lion warrior too, you know. That's
I
he
could see
picks that up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he appears as that too. He goes out like his lion warrior form, goes to his out to his friends and people that need his, like, call upon him or so, and he's appeared before. Like I've seen that his form before.
That's so
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah. He's like a golden lion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay, well, I pulled these cards and I was getting about the
Oh
not
yeah.
just
I loved
reptilian.
him.
I mean, these are like the more
Yeah.
positive. Not all reptilians are bad, you know. Some
Mm-hmm.
of, because I remember running. I mean, years ago, running over with the lawnmower a glass lizard. I felt terrible about it. It's like I cut its part of its body off, right?
Oh no.
But they rejuvenate themselves.
Yeah, they
I
do.
saw one
Yeah.
on a trail recently, and that was when I was connecting with Gina before the beginning of this Summer Days conference. Like when she first asked me to speak and we were going over things, and she actually did her medicine reading with her, you know, she wears these beautiful black gloves, and she does like a reading with stones and moves them around. I'm not sure what she calls this, but it's super cool. And she you know, was talking about the snake medicine, and there's a difference with the snake medicine and with the glass lizard, because the snake sheds its skin, but the glass lizard, it's like we had a conversation about, drops its whole part of its body to rejuvenate. It's like if there's a part of its body that's not doing well, it's like I'm just getting rid of it, like
And then
cut
it
it
grows
off,
it
and
back.
I will rejuvenate. I will
Yeah, it grows back.
rejuvenate myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, she said those stones were they were gifted to her by the Gnome King in a forest.
Right.
Yeah, on a hike. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
I'll have to
beautiful.
get a reading from her sometime, then. You
It
see
was
my
amazing.
one of my drawings here, I've been drawing the desert for a long time.
There
You
we
know,
go.
with my different beings too. And you see how that has a portal back in there
I love that. Yeah.
between with my light codes and stuff and
That's really
ships.
cool.
And then they just come out through there and there. So it's different beings. So I feel like I'm a guardian of the land there and the four corners. I would draw it all the time. You see, it's like
Oh wow.
It's like I've been wanting to go forever to Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah, tell us a little more about this trip. I'm curious to hear about this with Journey to Truth.
Oh, it's 4 days, and then they just taking you on the tour to different sites.
I mean, is
They
this
went
like
last
a
year.
thing, or is it like anybody can go?
No, you have to pay to go on the tour because they're taking you on a sightseeing tour, and it's hotel and all everything. So
Who are they partnering with to do it?
it's on their website.
Oh, okay.
The name.
Interesting.
So I forget the lady's name that does the tours. They did it last year too, so they have pictures of it from last year. But
you
then
didn't do it last year, though, did you?
no, I didn't do it last year. I didn't even know about it, you know. So and then I seen there's another lady, Melanie, who also does the tours, and it's like a couple days before or something. She takes them to Chaco Canyon and stuff there. So yeah, so that's what I was kind of going toward there. And then I seen that Lily and Tyler was doing their tour again. So I was like, oh, because met them in Sedona, so I wanted to go, and I've been wanting to go to Shiprock. So I was like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. Yeah, totally.
Do any of you have plans to see the Disclosure Day movie?
I want to go next weekend. What about you, Christy?
I highly recommend it.
I don't know if I will be able to, because this town doesn't even have a movie theater, and then I'll have to go to the next town over, and it's not very nice movie theater really, and I don't know if I will. It doesn't sound very exciting to go do that, you know. If I lived in Tulsa still, or the Oklahoma City, but you know, like at a big theater place, you know, that had a nice screen and sound system and stuff.
Yeah.
So
what's interesting is that it takes place in Wichita, Kansas. I don't know how far that is from you. And then there's part of it that's like Missouri, and I was picking up where you are, Christy.
Yeah, kind of close area. Like straight up. Like straight up.
Dorothy, like Dorothy, not in Kansas anymore. Wizard of Oz. Even though the program, I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to not talk about it until Tiffany. We'll have a discussion about it after you see it. But I will tell you this, that the little girl had Cinderella programming because she sang "Someday My Prince Will Come."
Oh no!
Those birds and the animals are really cool in it. There's some cool animal stuff. I mean, if you look
the deer appears in the little girl's room.
About it on Rob's show. You guys heard me talk about.
Yeah, the deer appears in it but they're just disguised as a grays, you know, because of course they visit the two kids when they're little and abductions and then implants and then take them throughout their whole life, and now they have a mission. It's like it's like a starseed mission, you know, or something like that.
And that's not even the thing that's not so, that's not the good part and any of it. But what was interesting to me is the disclosure of everything else, of what they actually, put them through, like,
all the stuff to get out,
all the other stuff.
Yeah, he could cloak himself. Yeah, I watched Sean. He was talking about it too, where that guy could like remote view, but be an influence. He could influence the people to do stuff.
Psychic assassins, all that kind of stuff. Psychotronic warfare. You name it. All it's the gamut of all that mess of what they can. What they can do remotely, of creating like a Manchurian Candidate. So I mean, like I said, I had a meltdown. I mean, I started to break down and cry, and I felt when they showed anxiety on the screen and PTSD. I actually felt that in my body, and I was ungrounded when I left. I had to go to the gym. I worked out, was on that hydro massage bed and chair, and then I felt like I received an activation between the workshop that I did the day before, all these interviews I've been doing, and it being hot and just like blowing this stuff out. And then I was like starving. I was so hungry. We went to a Chinese buffet. I was just absolutely starving.
I know. I was so hungry in Sedona too, all the time, just trying to ground myself. So with the food, and I'm like, some people aren't even hungry, and I have eaten 3 times, and you just ate French fries. So Patty didn't hardly eat anything, so she didn't need to eat much. But I was needing to
Ooh,
eat.
French fries. Nope. That
Yeah,
doesn't sound good to me.
yeah. It was we was.
Grease.
I know, but anything that would be grounding, So I had all kinds of different food. I had
I
a
mean, more than that, that would be.
meatball sub and all kinds of stuff I was eating. I was
I
like,
would
oh
think
my
you would
God.
want to eat Mexican food out there, or you get
I
tired of
didn't
it.
I didn't see any places to go to for that. That we could grab because we would be on lunch break. So we was gonna go tour the monuments and then grab food really fast and take it back. So we were trying to find stuff that's fast, whatever. But we was really looking for water too, so we had to go to Whole Foods and get a whole bunch of different water. So yeah, you just
Because you got to
so
stay hydrated. You'd probably need a lot of electrolytes. I can
Mm-hmm.
imagine, like coconut water and all kinds of
what does Jay
electrolyte
think
type of
this
thing.
says? Is
Oh,
Jay?
wow.
I was just drew
Ooh.
that talking about eating and stuff, so like
Oh my
grounding or
God.
whatever. Yeah. See how
Draw
fast?
one. Draw one to like a sigil for letting go of extra weight, so
Yeah.
the calories don't stick. Ah.
Oh,
Yeah. The calories don't
that's
stick.
great.
Yeah. So, Tiff, what else is going on with you before we call it a wrap here? Because
I recently received more memories of James Whitkus and I training as
Yeah.
children in the deep underground military bases. And it's pretty cool. It was a very detailed memory. And I bought more Epsom salts so I can soak and meditate because that's how I've been getting more recall.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try some more tomorrow. It was hard for me to do anything like this last weekend and everything into today because it was like Axel's birthday, the ball, and then
And then
today's
that's
Axel's
the
birthday
thing.
again.
oh, I love that.
Does it show up on there or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
see it.
does.
Oh,
It's
here.
great. That's
Ooh, we're
I
gonna have
put
to
drop
touch on
white. Jay says that energy can go through the calories.
calories. Yeah,
yeah.
This one.
perfect.
Probably both of them, since that's the intent. Drop weight. Like the electric bolt, the lightning bolt, like going
Yeah,
through,
I
like
should have
breaking your habits, breaking any unhealthy habits.
Yeah,
Like with
my
food.
activation started with a psychic sonic booms. Okay, so
Okay,
after
yeah.
that full moon that we had, I'll tell you guys because I don't know if you heard it. This is a different audience, even though I told it with Rob. You probably were off there by then. I actually, the Northern Lights tell me to film them. So I feel them in South Carolina. I feel them in North Carolina. They let me know. And I'm able to go outside, feel them. I don't see them with the naked eye. Sometimes I get a glimmer or see something, but I don't see them. I have to photograph them, hit enhance on my camera, and then it brings up the colors, which is like usually a spectrum of pink, purple, and blue. Well, that night, my smoke alarm that has normally red LED lights started flashing a bright magenta purple. Magenta pink was pulsing, and these waves of energy of pink were coming off, and then waves of like ice blue. So I call them like on the side of the screen, the pink fire, the blue ice. I don't know why that picture's in the corner over here. By the way, I got to change that. It's been sitting
Oh
in
yeah.
the corner there. I don't know what I'm doing as far as technical. But then I see these wispy things that's like a honeycomb, spider webs, and all these wispy like plasma things. And I'm like, and before that, I started to have that vibration where my body, I thought I was going to go to sleep and I was vibrating. I'm like, hell no,
Yes.
nobody's taking me. And if any of you motherfuckers show up in this room, like the ones that I don't want to see any grays or any of those in this room, even though I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt because that's like the mascot for Earth. You know what? We only have 4 races of beings on this Earth. Remember that. There's only 4 races.
Only
this
4.
Is the one that
we don't know.
sees all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm seeing these wispy things, and I'm sticking my hands in to an ectoplasm in the room, and my hands disappear like in a portal. And then all of a sudden I'm looking up at the ceiling, and the ceiling is gone, and I'm looking at the stars. And and I've seen this before, but last time I was afraid because I was by myself. This time Ron was in the bed, and so was Arthur. I was not afraid. Well, the next day, I mean, I played with this for a while. Then I was like tired. I'm like, this is great, but you know what? I got to stop. And I didn't have anything but some melatonin before I went to sleep. The next day, I go downstairs, the cement pad, because we're on stilts here. We're in the low country, and our house has to be on stilts because it could flood. Around in a circle on the concrete pad is a crack that goes all the way around in a circle, like an earthquake happened. Now, normally I can hear the sonic booms when they're in the water, but I think the frequency of them has changed, that I don't always hear it. And I might have slept through it, because this time, instead of like, even though I get hot and I have like hot flashes of different things, I've been actually tired a lot, and I feel like I need a lot of sleep for a lot of processing lately. Like, I mean, there's some days like maybe I won't sleep for one night, but actually this time, even though it's been hot, I've been sleeping pretty good, because my body, it really just needs a lot of sleep. And I feel like I'm going, I don't know, but I'm not waking up as tired as sometimes, because sometimes you sleep all night and then you wake up and you're exhausted because you've worked all night.
Yes. That happens to me.
I am getting some reprieve, but isn't that weird? I really think that's related to the sonic booms and what they call the trumpet pulses and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like Jay knows about that with that.
Yeah,
boom,
Jay,
the
what do you
sonic
think?
boom.
Drop it in the chat.
He said, "Don't be afraid." Both Jay and Michael said,
Oh, okay.
"Don't be afraid." Yeah, I was gonna say. He said, "Okay, different parts vibrate for different places we go to frequency." Michael said, "Because
where
I
are
know,
you seeing these comments and I'm not seeing them? What is going? Oh,
I have YouTube pulled up.
This on the chat, on our YouTube chat, we have that in the comment thing on
okay. Eric's saying, read my chats above. Okay, this was not scrolling. Okay, I'm going to go to the new comments. There we go.
Yeah, we've already looked at the top. Yeah. So what do y'all think about the dogmen as the they make the dogmen as the super soldiers?
I think it's amazing.
I can see that. I can see that. I'll tell you, when I went to Puerto Rico and I went in the cave that I went in, the Cave de la Maria is the area where they create the chupacabra. I know the chupacabra was created in a lab, and they do all these rituals. Remember when I told you about, I got that in Sedona when I did that remote grid work with the two Donnas, different Donna than my friend Donna Sasquatch making the tarot cards. That's a different Donna. And I saw these vampires under the ground that were being held against their will, captive like a mercenary, where this was the same thing in the Cave de la Maria, where there was these spirits being held against under the ground, and it's connected with the chupacabra and all that stuff, because they practiced the Santeria there. They had all the bones of the animals, like the goat bones and all that stuff. And that was like really icky that they practice, black magic Santeria stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can see that with a dog man. My husband actually saw a dog man coming home from work when he was coming back from.
There's Jason from Missing Time 420.
Hi, Jason. When he was coming back from UPS Freight, he works, and it was like at midnight, and he's driving the car, and it's like ran across the car on two legs and everything.
Wow.
Huge. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know somebody else who saw it, that's a paranormal investigator of like Bigfoot and Sasquatch, and you can't trust the dog man. That's one you don't really want to have anything to do with. It's not friendly. That's the experience that I hear, the vibe I get. I heard that there was even one on my dad's roof when my friends Don and Patrick were there. They felt that there was a dog man type of a thing on the roof, that it was a non-benevolent thing. And my father drinks, so it opens portals at times. I heard the Sasquatch there, because this is a funny story. So I was staying in Cherokee. on Cherokee Lands at the hotel, the Harris Casino. And when I was coming back, there was a store in Maggie Valley that actually had these like blankets. It's a Sasquatch themed place, but also there's a lot of patriotic, Trump, this and that, but mostly Bigfoot and, all kinds of crystals. You go there and they make dream catchers, and it's a cool store. So they had a blanket that was a body of a Bigfoot with the face of Bobby Weir from the Grateful Dead with an American flag in the background. And I was making jokes about this blanket with my friend. Well, that night, because I had put so much energy into this whole Bigfoot blanket and Bobby Weir, that night in the middle of the night, I heard something because I had the window open. My mother's birthday is October 12th. So this was the 11th going into the 12th in the middle of the night. So early in the morning on her birthday. And I heard it going like, I mean, it was like up, down, and I can send you the original recording I did, because for me to try to say it now will not do it justice. And it did it like 7 or 8 times. So this was like, it opens the portal. And I've had other people that know that it's like one lady, the Arthur's biological connection to his mother, which is not far from where my father lives. She's had rocks thrown on her roof.
Yeah.
And people have seen the trees that go like this, when they do the branches like this.
The X.
And one time Ron did the tapping, like when we were in the Chimney Rock area, another area, to like tap like this, and then you hear the echo back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I've never seen it or that, And there was a movie that was recently on, not a great movie, but the scenery was great because it was filmed in the Columbia River Gorge. I think it was called Dark Something. There was a man on Coast to Coast that was like a butterfly hunter, and he saw the print, like the huge Bigfoot print. So, but they don't really show you anything in the movie, but the scenery's gorgeous. And then there is a Bigfoot museum in Georgia, not far from my aunt, where everything is dedicated to Bigfoot and Sasquatch, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's one over in like the Broken Bow area, so that we was talking about.
That sounds like you're going to have a great trip when you go on that trip.
Yeah. Are you thinking about doing a video journal of your experience, Christy? I think it would be great.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do some video, however, but pictures I don't know if the internet is out there or not, so I'm not sure.
Even if you just record and then like give us
edit it later.
Live later.
Oh yeah. Make it a
talk
live
us through it,
Yeah, that'd be cool, huh? To be there and see it and stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. I can see that for sure. So, okay, do you want to wrap it up?
Do you have any closing remarks? I feel complete with this segment tonight. We'll do more. We'll get into some other stuff, and you'll do your presentation on the screen next time. Like,
okay.
You have you could actually get up and show your graphs and your things that you created, your art.
Yeah. The experiences and stuff too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe we can have more people on too, like
we can do that too.
Michael and Jay.
Rob is also going to want to do a women's panel. He said he wants to do like a divine feminine roundtable.
Oh, that's really cool. I would love that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing women. Yeah. Jay would be a good person to bring in for the Ant People, and what else was it? The Lyrians also, if you want.
I
Michael
too. Like this grid work type of stuff. Like the past few shows, I've been kind of like, I'm connecting them with these lands, and just hearing about this New Mexico, whether I go or not, I'll be sort of lending my energy and remoting in and kind of like, doing what I can do. Because I don't know what my schedule is yet, but I'll be in Western North Carolina. I'll be cat sitting in September again, I like your kitten, by the way, too. So she's with China. Yeah,
China. Because I said, because I named her that the other day, because I said she kind of looks like a Chinese cat, like her eyes, because she'll look and she'll say meow, and I said, oh, I think your name is China. And then I said China, and then she liked it. She liked how that sounded, and she got so hyper after I said that. So
Yeah.
I thought,
That's
oh, okay, that
adorable.
must be her name then, because I was calling her Fluffy or something because of her tail, but but then she did that and I thought that, so I don't know. I just called her that and she got happy. Seemed like she started getting happier after that. Mhm.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
really,
Maybe she was thinking, "Oh, you finally heard my name."
Yeah, I know, cause
Yeah,
that's
she's
great. That's really
yeah,
great.
she's so
I love
cute.
that.
But she
Well,
stays outside, because we don't really the dogs are in here, and then that it was too many animals if they all come in, so and she's kind of feral anyway, so she kind of freaks out a little bit after a little while. So they like to come in and then run outside and go. She runs up the tree and tries to catch squirrels and stuff. So she's
oh,
kind of
yeah, that's what
hyper.
they do. That's what they do.
Mhm.
We've got
Yeah.
one around here that comes. That's not our cat. That we call Oreo because she's black and white, and she will kill the blue jays. She's into the blue jays
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
whatever
Amen.
reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not
So
good. But that in my reading, it's interesting that Gina said, look at the animals that come that have a mask in my reading, and the ones that have a mask are the blue jays, but they end up being unalived by this Oreo cat, and then the other one are the raccoons, and the raccoons are the ones that would actually climb our bird feeder. So we have to bring the bird feeders in at night just so the
yeah.
raccoons don't get the bird seed. But
Yeah.
anyway, Tiff,
Yeah.
let's have
Thank you all
everybody
for coming and thank you all for commenting and everything too.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, have
Mhm.
thank
a
you guys
great.
in the chat. We love you.
Yeah, we do. Tiffany, tell everybody first how everybody can get a hold of you.
Tiffany Rumping at on Facebook and call sign Seraphim on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, and people can contact me on Facebook, or they can contact my website. It's ChristyCampbellCC33.com. And I'm also on YouTube. It's Christy Campbell CC33.
And
Mhm.
now I've rebooted this, so it's Missy Hill at Galactic Earth Fusion, and on Instagram it's missy.hill.372, and on Facebook I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. And then there's X, which I don't do anything, and then it's Hill HILL Night NITE Vision VISION at gmail.com. Hill Night Vision at gmail.com. It has been a long day, girls. I'm so glad that we could share sacred space. This has been
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
Namaste.
having
We'll do it
Thank you
again.
guys. Bye.
me.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.